people can join us today, where we take this opportunity on an auspicious day, the Guru Purnima. It's a very auspicious occasion where we take an opportunity to bow down to the galaxy of great sages and saints, to the great thinkers who have preserved this great wisdom of Vedanta. If not for this Guru Shishya Parampara, if not for this lineage, we wouldn't have access to this knowledge today. So, the Guru Purnima is an occasion where we remember and pay our homage to their contributions. And when you look at the grandeur of what has been laid down for us, you feel you're so insignificant. You're nothing. Something like, when you stand in front of a tall skyscraper, you go and stand in front of, perhaps I think in Dubai is the world's tallest tower, over 100 floors. In Malaysia there is twin towers of 88 floors each. And when you go and stand right at the floor and just look up, you have to look like this. If you want to even get a glimpse of what is the very peak, the top of the towers, you feel how small you are, how insignificant you are as a human. It is that kind of a grandness presents itself when you look at what has been done, what has been given, what has been laid down by the great men. The very famous Carnatic song, we will get a chance to hear it at the end when the ceremony is going on. The very famous song, Endaro Mahanubhavalu, Andariki na Vandanamulu. I get goosebumps when you just say that. Endaro Mahanubhavalu. Endaro means you don't know. You just can't single out, you can't identify. So many have come and gone. And it is their wisdom that is what is honored and remembered today. So I, along with all of you, pay our respects and homage to that great wisdom. Because one of the qualities of a student is you must be grateful. And if you are not grateful for what has been given, you have lost. You have actually not gained anything in life. Shakespeare says, ingratitude stronger than traitor's arms. He says, it is stronger than a traitor's arms is your own ingratitude. So, and whenever there is this feeling of feeling grateful or this gratitude, a Shishya gets connected to the Guru, till then there is no connection. It is when you get connected to the Acharya, to the Guru, and then you are blessed by their grace. You are connected. There is that rapport between a teacher and a student, a Guru and a Shishya. So, we are just creating, to be frank, there was no intention to have an event like this. Come 2 weeks ago, there was no thought. One morning, 4 o'clock, when I was up, I just messaged Jayaraman. If at all she gets messages from me, it's between 4 and 6 a.m. only. So she gets the message, what do you think of trying to remember the Gurus on the 21st? Yes sir, we should do that, and this is what it is, you see. So, gratitude is all that you need to have, and you need to express it today. And I said, Guru Purnima is also known as Vyasa Purnima. Vyasa is said to be the Guru of all Gurus. Vyas, in fact, literally means the codifier. Vyas means to edit, to divide. Sanskrit word Vyas means to edit. So Vyasa, what did he do? He divided, edited, codified the Vedas. That is how Vyasa got the name Vyas. From the root Vyas, it's to edit. So that is what the great Vyasa did. So we bow down to his wisdom for what he has done. Isn't it? Now, if you are seeking something by yourself, and if you are seeking it within yourself, why do you need anybody's help? Spiritual journey is seeking something within yourself, by yourself, then why do you need anybody else to help you? I don't understand. Any idea? But you are not seeking somewhere outside. You are seeking something within yourself, by yourself. So it is an uncharted path. You have not gone there, you do not know what it is. So you need to tap that experience of a Guru. You need his experience. Without which, sorry? A stepstone. Without which it is not, it's not possible. Not possible at all. There is a saying, in fact throughout the Gita, Lord Krishna says the Sanskrit word prahuhu. Correct, Shailesh? Prahuhu. The Sanskrit word prahuhu means they have said. In the Gita, Lord Krishna is using the word prahuhu. Lord Krishna is the Jagat Guru. And when he says prahuhu, he is referring to his Gurus. So, we are following tradition. So, throughout I will tap that wisdom. And there is a saying, what lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. All of your life you are concerned with what lies behind you, what lies ahead of you, but are you really bothered what lies within you? And you need a Guru for that purpose, to draw your attention to what lies within you. A Guru helps you with this. So you cannot undermine the role or relevance of a guru. Now the topic we have chosen is search for security. I would take 40 minutes of your time. I hope it's fine. Search for security. If you look at lives of people, everybody is searching for security. And the reason they are searching is because you are insecure. It's like you're searching for something in your house, you're searching for a key because you don't have it, you haven't found it. You're searching, constantly searching. Where is the key? Where have I kept it? That's the key for the locker, and I need to access the locker. And where is the key? Where did I keep? There's a constant search. There is a euphoria. There is such a hangama going on. Where is the key for the locker? Why? Because you have misplaced it, not found it. Imagine everyone in their lives, throughout their life, there's a search for security. Why is there a search? Because fundamentally every human is insecure. So I'll help you analyze what is this search for security. So there's an incessant search. Now, what is this insecurity? Insecurity is a feeling of fear, bhaya. Including this morning when we came just to help to put the speaker and other things here, there was only fear. Is it going to be safe? Until the chowkidar said, sir, you are very safe, no problem. Everything is very safe and sound here, no problem, you can keep and go, the key is with me. I didn't have the insecurity, I'm just saying. So the fear, it is that feeling of insecurity, it is that mental deficiency, it is a lacuna, it is a void, it is a feeling of emptiness you feel in your life. Imagine, Chetanji, you feel emptiness throughout your life, a feeling of fear, and in fact you can feel the sense of fear. Where do you feel the sense of fear? Where do you feel the sense of fear? Obviously in your mind, but where? When do you feel the sense of fear? When do you feel the sense of loneliness? Question is, when you feel the insecure, where all do you feel this sense of fear or insecurity? There is a saying, there is a fear as long as you want to be secure. Understood? There is a fear as long as you want to be secure. And where you want to be secure? You want to be secure in your marriage. You want to be secure in your job. You want to be secure in your position. You want to be secure in your responsibilities, in your ideas, in your beliefs. You want to be secure in your relationships with the world, perhaps even your relationship with God. There is a bhaya. Am I doing the right thing? Am I in the right path? And he says, the moment your mind seeks security or gratification in any form, at any level, there is bound to be fear. The fact that you're seeking it is because there is this insecurity, and you are feeling it in everything you do. So I must justify what is this insecurity. It is that sense of fear, a sense of, someone said, you feel a sense of loneliness and incompleteness. That is a bhaya of losing it, and a terrible thing to have. No, I'm not saying you have it, but it's a terrible feeling to have it. To have that sense of fear of losing something. Am I going to lose what I have? You can have a job and you have that fear of losing your job. You have, I've often seen it, and I see that here and there, here as well. You know, in the West, you find a boy and a girl, they're holding on to each other so tight. They're walking and they're holding on to each other tightly and walking. Hand in hand, they're tightly holding. Why? Fear that she might run away with someone else. He doesn't want to lose her. He has no faith in the love for her and she has no faith in love for him. So each of them holding each other tightly. I don't want to lose him. Kind of a fear. Sorry?
That's not the reason, right?
Yeah, there is more than one reason. Perhaps this could be one of the reasons. I'm only guessing, you know. But yet there's a different culture. They are very expressive, unlike our conservative culture of ours. But it's changing here as well, very much. But it arises deep within. If you probe, there is this insecurity. So we have said insecurity is this sense of fear or a void or an emptiness. Now where does this insecurity arise from? Harishi, where does it arise from? Uncertainty, culture, sadly, within us. Everything is in the mind. It's all the play of the mind. But where does it arise from? It is the mind. The entire drama is happening in the mind. But what is the cause of that? Where is it coming from?
Attachment to what you have.
Attachment to what you have. Mental imbalance. Uncertainty. Emotions. In fact, fear is an emotion. Insecurity is an emotion. Illingla?
You do not know what's going to happen the next minute.
In fact, you have answered it. The cause of what causes, where does it arise from, is ignorance. You're ignorant of who you are. You're ignorant of what is your original state. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you are. Complete ignorance. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you are. And from that arises this bhaya. And who you are. What are you? The Shastras, the Gurus of yore, the Gurus of the past, and the same thing is being reiterated today, that you are Paripurna. You are complete. You are whole. Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnamevavashishyate. You are insecure right through when the reality is you are full. It's a tragedy. You know, I'll help you elucidate a little further. So what it comes from an ignorance of not knowing where you are, not knowing what you are. We said, first question was, what is insecurity? Insecurity is a fear. It is an incompleteness, a void or a lacuna within. It arises because you do not know who you are. You do not know what you are. And the third question is, what does this insecurity do to you? How does this insecurity express itself? What does it do to you? Anxiety, impatience, anger. Sorry? Tension,
Stress.
reacting,
Stress.
stress.
Frustration.
Sorry?
Frustration.
Frustration, depression, possessive. Not wrong at all. I'm happy to hear the feedback. You're all thinking along with me. It helps.
Lack of self-confidence.
Lack of self-confidence. Suspicious. Is it the same now? Oh, okay. Nice to know. Quite secure. So what does this insecurity do is it creates the desires in you. Try to draw a connection with what I'm saying. The ignorance of not knowing who you are generates desires which are of insatiable nature. Your desires are never satiatory, isn't it? You can never ever satisfy your desires, and so it produces insatiable desires. And what do desires do? They push you out into the world to acquire the world. You want to acquire wealth. Why is everybody craving for acquiring? Why is there a rush to acquire? Let me get my share before I lose that opportunity. I only have this much time, and in that opportunity I must grab and clinch as much as I can make for myself and my family. So there is this rush, there is this urge to acquire, isn't it? And why is this craving or that urge to acquire? Because you are insecure, because you believe I can have a little more, I'll be a little more secure. So you want to acquire a little bit more, add a few more zeros to your wealth, thinking that you will be secure and happy. So there is the word the Shastras use known as Trishna. The Trishna is the thirst for aggrandizing, thirst for acquiring. You have that uncontrollable urge, obsession to grab whatever you can from the world. Craving. So this insecure feeling pushes you out into the world to grab as much more, because you believe the more I have, the more happy I will be. Dil mange more. What advertisement is that? Cadbury's chocolate. Pepsi. Dil mange more. Very true. Somehow they are planting that thought into you. They have analyzed the human mind, isn't it, Setuji? The way you were saying other day, what is the difference between, what did you say other day? Marketing, and what is the principle of marketing? To create desires in you. Create wants. You want more and more. So you have this urge, you're chasing throughout your life, you have this urge to acquire and enjoy, isn't it? Is there. And that's what the great Adi Shankaracharya in the Bhaj Govindam, he says, Mudha jahi hidha nagama trishnam kuru sadbuddhim manasi vitrishnam yallabhase nija karmopartham vittam tena vinodaya chetam bhaja govindam govindam bhaja mudhamate samprapte sannihite kale nahi rakshati dukrin karane mudajahihi dhanagama trishna. They are not saying not to acquire wealth, they are only saying give up this thirst for acquiring wealth. They are not saying give up all what you have, or nor should you not acquire, but just give up this being a slave to wealth, man. Just give up this thirst. Give up the aggrandizing pursuit of wealth, not wealth. Let there be enough wealth to provide for your needs, but give up this thirst for aggrandizing. And what they say is, Now what no one realizes is, what do no one realizes? That this thirst that you feel is unquenchable. That's the trick here. Here is a thirst which is unquenchable, and the sad part is your well is full. You have a well which is full of water, you are feeling a thirst, and this thirst is unquenchable. Look at the tragedy of all. Are you all following, sir? Usually last rows, they are in their own worlds. I hope not today. Chetan ji, samajh aa raha hai? You feel thirst, a thirst which is unquenchable when your well is full. You are feeling thirsty and you are running behind acquiring. When your well is empty, I can understand. Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate, and I am still running behind. Throughout I am running behind acquiring when my well is full. You are already full, man. You do not know that. And the thirst which is unquenchable. No, you think ignorance. Did we not answer that question? Sorry, ma? No, we are going to the moon to find water there. No? Chandrayaan. When the whole state is suffering with half India has no water, we are wanting to search water in Chandrayaan. Better luck, maybe we can funnel from there. Why not? They are saying, he who knows who has enough is rich. He amongst you knows that I think I have got enough. Such a person is rich. How many amongst us genuinely feel I have got enough? Oh my God, that's very nice to hear. Very nice to see. Half the crowd raise their hands.
No, but that need not be, the insecurity need not be really well.
Doesn't necessarily mean. But as I've said earlier, you can have.
More than the well.
Oh yes.
You should feel insecure.
I did mention you can feel insecure in your relationship, in your job, in everything that you feel. But this insecurity fundamentally expresses in trying to acquire. You want to go out into the world. Why? One of the reasons why a person needs companionship is insecurity. Everything is because of it. It starts from insecurity. It expresses everywhere. One such expression is you want to acquire. You want to have the world. You want to have as much of the world as possible. So he who knows he has enough is rich. Now one thing is to know it, and I know that you know it. It is yet another thing to feel it. It is yet another thing to live by it. It is yet another thing.
There only as an information or a concept.
It doesn't help. If it just as information doesn't help, not as wisdom. So there is a saying, a moment's insight. A moment's insight is sometimes worth a life's experience. A moment's insight is sometimes worth a life's experience. Now I am only trying to give sight to you. I can't give you that insight. A guru can only give you jnanam. A guru cannot give you vijnanam. A guru can only give you knowledge. No guru can give you transformation or wisdom. I can only give you sight. I can't give you insight. No guru can give you that. But a moment's insight is sometimes worth a life's experience. And that's what we spend our lives just getting triggered by these ideas, and it's the journey of our life. That's what we have done. Close to 30 years I am into this because it caught me by surprise. It just blew me my imagination. It just like a whirlpool, it came into my life and it consumed my whole life. It just consumed literally. I can't think of anything else but this, because something which meant something to me at that stage, it has only got a greater fervor, a greater momentum, because and thereafter I have to devote rest of my life to gain that experience. I don't know how much it has impacted you, how much it can draw you towards it, but that's what these ideas are. That's how it should be quoted. So I have said that you have the urge to acquire. Everybody has this urge, and why you have this urge is to protect yourself from future sorrow. What might happen tomorrow? The urge to protect. But the question is, does it make you secure? Sir, சொல்லாதீங்க அப்படி. The more wealth you have, does it make you secure?
The need is more. How to protect? Somebody might take it away.
They are saying the walls we build around ourselves, both physically and mentally, gives us a false illusion that we are secure. It only gives you a false illusion that you are secure, but there is no such thing. So all that you are building around yourself only gives you a false sense of security. There is no such thing as security. So sad. In fact, if you analyze, there are only two types of people in the world. It struck me the other day and it hit me like an avalanche. There are only two types of people. One type of people, they are insecure without the wealth in the world. They don't have the wealth of the world, they are insecure. Following? They are insecure without the wealth of the world. The second type of people are, Rajendraji, they are insecure with the wealth of the world. The two types of people. Huh? Correct. Translate for many who don't understand. Have but don't have it. So they insecure. If you don't have it, you're insecure, understandable. One set of people. The other set of people, they have it and is still insecure. So it's a very rarity you find someone who is very secure in their lives. Very, very secure. Very rare you find someone who is reveling in that fullness. And that fullness when you don't have much. You're reveling in that. Now, they say security is your spiritual quotient. There are two quotients in a human being. One is your material quotient, other is your spiritual quotient. And these two quotients are not dependent on each other. However materially well placed you are in society, doesn't matter. It has no taboo to your spiritual quotient. In fact, the great Mahatma Gandhi said, fearlessness is the first prerequisite of the spiritual life. Even before you embark on the spiritual journey, you must feel a sense of fearlessness. And here we are well acquainted with the Shastras and we don't know what fearlessness is. Fearlessness is the first thing you must have even before you embark on the journey. Money never made a man happy yet. Money has never made a man happy yet, nor will it. There is nothing in its nature to produce happiness. Mark this statement. There is nothing in its nature to produce happiness. The more a man has, the more he wants. Instead of filling a vacuum, it makes one. Following? I repeat. Money has never made a man happy yet, nor will it. There is nothing in its nature to produce happiness. The more a man has, the more he wants. Instead of filling a vacuum, it creates a vacuum. Now, each one of us must ask this question: why? Why it is not its nature to procure or provide happiness, produce happiness? Why is it? All right. Why is it that it can't give you happiness?
So happiness is not a commodity. You can't buy it.
You need to be interviewed by the media tomorrow. It should be the headlines tomorrow morning. Sadly, there's no media today here. Otherwise, what we have said should be in the papers. Perhaps it will make some sense. It's not something which can be bought, isn't it? Very well said. Any further? Yes?
You're searching in the wrong place.
Searching in the wrong place. It is not its nature to give you happiness. It's a very beautiful statement Swami Ramatirtha makes. He says, iron and gold are good for buying iron and gold, that's all. With iron and gold, correct? You can only buy iron and gold. You can't buy anything else other than that. And you are trying to find happiness through iron and gold. How can you find it, man? You can't find it. It is not its nature to give you. The more you have, you only insecure it creates. But it's not going to give you any happiness or comfort. Because wealth is something gross. The security that you're seeking is something subtle. The law is anything gross cannot give you anything subtle. It doesn't provide. So you can't get that comfort, and you can spend the rest of your life with it. You will not get it. You should know this much before you enter the pursuit of life. Because everybody out there, isn't it, sir? Correct, Anna? Everybody out there is just wanting that little more in your career, in your professional career, in whatever, you're an entrepreneur, whatever you're doing, you just want that little more. When Rajagopalji was said a few words, he said, every Sunday the class are happening, not many people are coming. I must confess to you, I never felt insecure with a handful of students. If I also feel insecure with a handful of students, there is no difference in me. The students say we should bring more, we should bring more. I said, yes, please bring more. They have been saying past 1 year. Many people have come and said we should bring more, we should bring more. Yes, I will. Every time everyone comes and says, I said, yes, we should bring more. Correct. I am doing my part. I come, I study, I come and teach. Takers are not there. It is not my. I have felt a handful of that same momentum I carry on. It's not that I am little more inspired because a little more people are there. Imagine if there is only one row sitting here, I will continue the same thing. No difference. It will be the day I will close teaching this knowledge if I need numbers to teach. That day I will stop teaching. That day I will stop teaching. Because you don't need an audience to talk. It is the Atman that speaks through me. It is the reality that resonates in me that expresses itself, whether takers are there or not. It doesn't need an audience. This knowledge doesn't need an audience. But yet you need an audience to talk. Krishna needed Arjuna to speak, but he is not dependent on Arjuna. We must understand anything external can't give you what you're seeking internal. There's a beautiful saying, money can be the husk of many things but not the kernel. Pawan, you know the difference husk and kernel? Solunga. Husk is the cover, the protective cover over the grain. The husk, a pottu antam kada. Sorry? Umi or pottu, isn't it correct?
Yes.
The covering, the brownish covering on the, like when you buy unpolished rice, is the brownish rice, isn't it? So he says money can be the husk of many things, but not the kernel. The kernel is the grain. Money can give you food, but not appetite. Food irukku, appetite கொடுக்க முடியாது. It created the vacuum சொன்னீங்களா, the vacuum காக you are going. It's not appetite, it's a disease, isn't it? So please don't undo the little job I'm trying to do here. Correct. So the money can be the husk but not the kernel. It can give you food but not appetite. It can give you medicines but not health. It can give you friends. It can give you acquaintances but not friends. It can give you servants but not faithfulness. You have appointed a servant in the house to take care. You are out in the world worried what is going on. Is he taking care of my house, my hard earned money? I have put everything there. No doubt the valuables are safe inside, but still somebody has to take care of the house. I have come for the Guru Purnima event. I hope the Chowkidar is there taking care. Otherwise that fellow has gone for a Sunday for another spiritual activity, and then I don't know where is that fellow. Both are in high spirits. The end result, both are in high spirits. அது வேற செக்யூரிட்டி ஐயோ மறந்து போயிட்டேன். என்ன சிசிடிவி இங்கேருந்து என்ன பண்ண முடியும், சிசிடிவி பார்க்குறீங்க ஐயோ. இன்ஃபேக்ட் ஐ ரிமெம்பர் one of my students in Malaysia, he said it was a shock of his life. He and his wife were actually sitting at a restaurant and having evening tea, and to their shock they saw their BMW car being driven right in front of them going. A car went by, a BMW. For a moment, the wife and husband saw each other. Is that our car? ஆமாப்பா, அது நம்மளோட நம்பர் பிளேட், அது is our car. Rushed to the house. Believe me or not, every part of the house was ransacked, and they could identify a spare key which was somewhere deep in the locker. They had that system to identify where that key is. They picked it up and went off, and he didn't find it till date. This is 6-7 years ago. I felt sorry when I heard, and he used to be stone's throw where I used to live. I know him very well. You can have all, but it can't make you secure. So money can give you husks, but it can't give you. It can give you servants as many as you can afford, but it can't guarantee faithfulness. So money can only give you books but not knowledge. So what money gives you is all external, nothing internal it can give you. So any amount of that externally can't make you secure in life. And you got to connect with that today, you got to feel that today, and then you got to spend rest of your life worth experience to make it your own. If you gather an insight into that, if there is any truth in that, if your experience can support this understanding, you have the rest of your life to make it your own and celebrate it, experience it, realize it, feel it, connect with it. But you must have that insight in it. An opportunity. So it only can give you the non-essentials. It can't give you the essentials of life. Make up the all that. But when I say this, I am not being unrealistic. Please go and acquire as much as you want. I am not being foolish or unrealistic. You need the wealth of the world. If we want to, even as Jayaraman asked me, what is it you want me to say? I said, I have nothing to tell you what to say. Isn't that I said to you? She called me, this message came this morning, again 5 o'clock morning, message came. Guruji, what is it you want me to say for the event? I said, nothing. You tell what you want to say, I have nothing to say. Correct, huh? She's nodding her head correctly only. Otherwise you must, I am just concocting something and I am just building up. So even if I have to carry on with the works, it's not my work, it is divine work. Even for that we need some support. So everybody needs wealth. So I am not being unrealistic when I say don't acquire wealth. Please go on and get whatever wealth you want for whatever work you want to do. Please carry on. But then you must realize that, what must you realize? There is no upper limit to it, upper limit or lower limit. Limit no limit. Acquire as the Shastras say you can acquire as much as you want. There is no taboo to acquisition. That is the beauty of it. They don't say you must only, if this is your height, this is your weight, only this much you acquire. Height to weight to acquisition. There is no taboo to acquire. Go and get what you want. Don't get attached. But then don't give in to that craving for that acquisition. You are acquiring, yet there is no craving for acquisition. There is no Trishna in your life. Jolly well walk into a shop and get what you want, but there is no urge to acquire. There is no wanting to buy, but yet you may buy whatever you want. You have not fallen a prey to that wanting or acquiring. You can get what you want. What your money can buy, go and get it. But you want nothing. You are already paripurna. I am very happy where I am, but still you need something to add in your life. Please go and get it. Who's saying? That doesn't mean you are violating being spiritual. You want to travel other part of the world for next 3-4 months, please travel. Nobody is stopping you. Correct, huh? But there is no Trishna in it. There is no obsession. Let that alone not be the purpose of your life. That's what I'm saying. Acquiring should not be the purpose of your life. They say money in some respects is like fire. It is an excellent servant but a terrible master. If you have your fire under control, is well and good, but if it starts controlling you, you had it. It will burn everything down, including you. So the real measure of wealth is how much you would be worth if you have lost all your money. The real measure of wealth is what is your worth if you have lost all what you acquired. That's your worth today. That's your real wealth. If everything that you have got is gone, what is your worth? What is your wealth? Means what is your status? If all that you acquired is gone, what is your worth? If you are worth nothing, that means you have lost everything. But if you have lost everything and yet you feel that fullness within, parvala, prashna illa, never mind, comes and goes. Are you all following what I am saying? So there is no security out in the world. Whatever you are doing, there is no security in it. So why is there an incessant search for security? Siddharamanji, why is there everybody searching for insecurity? Why do you think? Why is everybody searching? Is because you are searching at a place where it isn't. Therefore, you are never secure. You are searching for somewhere it is not there. Therefore, all your life you are insecure. Security is not in the external world. And as long as you invest your time and effort and energy in something other than yourself, you will not find it. Take it or leave it. That's the fact of life. You leave this hall today with that realization. It is not out there. It is something. It is within me. It is right within me. And the only way you will do good to yourself is to realize that it is within me. It is not out there. It is not out there. So you got to rise from within. You got to realize it within. It's not out there. And still carry on your activities with the understanding it's not there. That is when your search for security ends. Otherwise, it is an unfinished job throughout your life. It goes on and on and on. So they are giving a mirror to our inner state. What's happening within you? Every moment of your life is like you're running on a treadmill. What happens when you're running on a treadmill? However fast you run, you are at the same place. It doesn't take you any further than where you are. Isn't it? So it is a very serious realization must come into you, because it should matter, because it is your life. What am I doing to myself? If that realization, if that connection doesn't happen today, I don't know. You've got to make that connect today. You've got to make a U-turn today. It's like when you're going on a highway at a high speed, you realize I'm in the wrong direction. Newton, what will you do? You realize suddenly I'm in the wrong direction. What will you do? Calm down, calm down. Something is not right. Just you got to slow down, and you got to say, I got to take a U-turn somewhere. The U-turn will be next 10 kilometers. That's the problem with these freeways. The next turn is 10 kilometers away. Okay, you are looking for the next opportunity to turn back. But that's the only way you will do good to yourself, is to turn back. You cannot carry on. Oh, because I have the momentum, let me carry on. No, why should I slow down? I have started this, so much business, so much investment, so much effort, so much this I am doing with the search, with that intention. I am going hard, but you can't carry on with that same mindset. Sir, in Vedanta, they say, if you know it, you must understand it. You must realize it. If you don't realize it and not understand it, you don't know it. In Vedanta, there is no theory and practice. Correct, Uncle? Badru Uncle? Now, tells you only, but I don't live it. No question of knowing and living it. If you know it, you must live it. It must be an integral part of what you are. It must resonate in all what you do. It must embellish your personality. It must shine through all what you do. It must represent you. And if it doesn't translate into your action, remember, you do not know it. You do not know it. So the effort must be to connect with the knowledge. That's why I've been harping on. It's not knowing. You may leave this classroom today perhaps with not knowing something, not having learned anything new. because you already know it. The era we are in, you have all the information, you know it, but yet it's like saying, yes, I know I am in the wrong direction and still I am going 120, carrying on in the same full throttle, I am going in the wrong direction. I would question, what is the use of knowing that you are in the wrong direction? You are not taking any change or measure in your life. So we all must feel a sense that we are all imprisoned. You are caught up. As a saying, in order to break out of prison, one must first confess of being in one. Yes, we all must come out, but where are you now? In order to break out of prison, you must confess that I am currently in prison. So you want to come out of this, what? Come out of what? Last row, Anna, sorry?
Come out of ignorance.
You want to come out of this insecurity. You must accept it that I am utterly insecure myself first. Let me accept that.
Ignorance of what you are.
You must know that I am ignorant. You need to know it. So it's a serious confession you got to make to yourself. I got to do something with my life. And gentleman in the front, he was just mentioning, why are we insecure? In the beginning you said, we have not been taught by our parents, by our peers, by our colleagues, by the education institutions. This knowledge has not been taught. So we are pushed out into the world believing that it's all right from young age. Everybody says is getting that 90% is everything. Is getting that promotion. If I'm able to go at a higher level, is everything in life. But nobody ever tells you, be content with what you are. It's not taught. So this is the need of the hour. You need to inject this knowledge in some form so that it sets the thinking process. It sets you thinking in the right direction. If not, your entire life gets wasted, and you may realize it at some stage in your life, oops, I'm in the wrong direction.